Continuing with my series on sin, sex, and race. This story is from an Jet magazine. I'm using Jet magazine as the source material for all the all of the series. This Jet magazine on November the 25th, 1963. And this story is about a paratrooper, a black paratrooper. They don't have his picture there, but it's about a black paratrooper who received 15 years for raping a white woman. But the story sounds spurious and suspicious. A story. The story goes like this. He was sentenced for 15 years at hard labor at Fort Bragg, New Jersey, North Carolina, for raping a white woman. Hortinger was identified by the victim, Mrs. Betty Sykes, and her companion. Here's her story. Mrs. Virginia White, who said the soldier commanded their car while standing guard duty on October the 25th, forced them to drive to a deserted spot, and ordered both women to kiss him. She said Sykes assaulted her in the back front seat, in the front seat, while Mrs. White hurtled, sobbing in the back seat. Get out of it. That story sounds phony. But they sentenced him to 15 years anyway on a white woman's testimony. Okay. Now, this other story, of course, Randy Turbin, in Britain. Randy Turbin was a middleweight champion in Britain, and of course, he could marry a British girl. That's Randy Turbin there. And of course, Randy Turbin married a British girl. A Welsh girl, actually, a Welsh girl. He was a middleweight champ. Randy Turbin was a middleweight champ in 1953, and of course, he married a Welsh. That's not news. That's not too much news. Okay, in this other story, this is not really a story about this, looked like a white man in this wheelchair that was dancing, and a mostly black club seemed to be. He's in the wheelchair, he's dancing. It looked like he's white. I don't know, unless he's a very pale-skinned Negro. Now, and I'm going to go further in the story in Ebony magazine. I'm talking about race, and all aspects of it, and sex. And to go with this story, A Miscegenation in America by Lerone Bennett. And he said this. Is a deep bond of sympathy developed between the Negro and white indentured servants who formed the bulk of the early population. So that was the most of the population, the colony, indentured servants and Negroes. They fraternized during off-duty hours and consoled themselves with the same strong rum, and in and out of wedlock they sired a numerous mulatto brood. That was from the beginning. They were indentured servants in the beginning. Before they was black people enslaved, they were indentured servants. This is miscegenation in America. And as he said, that they sired a numerous, not only mulatto broods, but numerous amount of mulatto broods. So the beginning of America, there were numerous amount of mulattoes. They probably white now. They're probably white now. You wouldn't even know them to ever have Negro blood in them. And now, this is another Ebony magazine. This is from 58. And this story over here about witch doctors in Rhodesia. And I'm bringing this story to attention because they said most Rhodesians believe the presence of European has created a special outbreak of demons and spirits. Again, I'm going to repeat that. Most Rhodesians, this was in 1958, believe the presence of Europeans has created a special outbreak of demons and spirits. So that's what you got going on. This is a spiritual fight, a psychic fight, as well as a physical fight. And now you have to have power to defeat spiritual force. Demons and spirits are defeated right now and forevermore. So will never come back around me. And that's the power of their victory.